Hey everyone, welcome back to the live stream, or welcome to the live stream, I guess would be the better way of saying that. I'm trying some new things, which in this case is maybe having some music in the background. It might be a little too loud, so or too low. Feel free to let me know. But I apologize. There's no speed build this week, and I've been really distracted with some other games, and this is my way of making up for it. It is also our last build for Ottawa Zoo, and I think it's bittersweet because we are in the home stretch of building everything, and I think for the first time my computer is really starting to feel the difference with all the stuff that's going on in the zoo right now. So it's probably the perfect time for us to say goodbye to Ottawa Zoo. Don't worry though, we will be doing a full tour, which I'm kind of excited. We'll probably end up doing it in sandbox and turn off everything just so that we can actually go and explore it without any frame rate issues. But today we are going to build a restaurant, and I've never built a restaurant, and I don't have any inspiration. I have a few ideas, and it's going to be kind of, I'm hoping it'll be extravagant. We're looking at creating a lake view, so we're going to have a restaurant with my hope is an interior and exterior seating area where they can both choose to sit inside or outside. When you think about a restaurant in a zoo, that's something you would love to do. On nice weather, you want to sit outside. On crummy weather, you want to sit on the inside. But we're going to have a little path that's going to wind around, and we're going to try to place, try to place our lake kind of just in the back right here. And we're not going to put a whole lot of detail into the lake, more so because it's just going to be really for me to have fun and stuff like that. But because I have no inspiration, that means you guys have the opportunity to really determine what happens with this zoo, or with this build anyway. So I'm looking forward to it. So that's a little bit of a spiel of what's happening today. How's everybody else doing? Of course, like the first thing we're gonna have to do really when we start building something like this is a lot of terrain work. And again, I really don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I have, like I said, I have some visions, but I'm unsure how we're going to make it come to life. And I think that's the fun part of building in Planet Zoo, is you just really don't know what's going to happen. You're going to try to build something and hope for the best. Love to hear it. It is a Saturday where I am. It is. Our weather's been all over the place in Canada where I live. It's we were able to go out in shorts and t-shirts the other day, and then today not so much. So hopefully everybody else is experiencing more normal weather for this time of the year. That is my hope anyway. All right, let's see if we can make this work. So we need like the lowest area for the area, like for the water. And it doesn't have to look too perfect, so we're just gonna make it nice and deep. You know what? Honestly, it's like that's the first thing people do. Like you can see it as it like. I don't think I've ever had this issue with this zoo, where it's been so like rough to run. It's pretty alarming. So admittedly, I did mention I've been playing some other games this week. It's Terminator, Dark Defiance, something or other. It's a really long title. It's a crazy RPG, RTRS with some RPG elements associated with it. So I apologize. I have been hooked on that game, and I haven't touched Planet Zoo really at all in the last little while. So I do apologize for not having like anything to kind of show you guys today. Good enough for initial lake. And then, so when you think of a lake, my hope is that we can kind of create like this little inlet where we're going to see some buildings that would house like kayaks and canoes and stuff like that. So that's my hope of building this. So like the idea is to have like a little itty bitty inlet and then kind of have just some fun with it. Hey Jay, welcome to the stream. And then, like, for those who don't know, Ottawa Zoo is essentially based off of the idea that Conservation Canada, which is this overarching company which owns the franchise, bought a national park and turned it into a zoo, which is why we see a lot of like we're trying to work within the contours of the game. So like any terrain, we're trying to work with it and stuff like that. So that's the idea behind Ottawa Zoo. And I felt that like the best way to kind of just end it off was to have like an old an old dock that was kind of like refurbished and reused, maybe not so much for guests, or they could be part of like their special experience where if you go to a zoo you could pay for another like behind the scenes experience and stuff like that. And what it would be is you would come here, you would be able to have a nice sit down lunch or dinner or breakfast or whatever, and then afterwards you could just lazily make your way down this really cool dirt path to this lake where you can kind of just go for a little bit of an experience where you can kind of take a kayak and stuff like that. The lake, I'm going to try to wrap it around and fill it up with a bunch of foliage around it. Like I said, nothing special, but really the idea is just to have fun and create something truly extravagant for our last build. That is the hope anyway. And then what we can do as well, because you guys are all here, which is fantastic. I don't know if anybody saw, but we have started planning for our next zoo as well. And I love I picked a name. I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I got to figure out how to do that still. But it's going to be based in Argentina, and it's going to be like another national park almost, but we're going to go with a different architecture style, which I'm really excited about. And then just try to have fun and stuff like that. So that's the goal. Okay, so we have a rough path. It'll take a little bit of work. We gotta smoothen it out a little bit, but this will be our path. So it's going to come down, and then we'll have some outbuildings right here, and then like the nice little dock with some canoes ready to go. So our terraforming is pretty much done. It's like the easiest terraforming job yet. But what we do need to work on is the building. So bear with me as we try to figure out what we're gonna build. And feel free to place your suggestions in the chat and share ideas for how we can build a really cool restaurant. Because again, I have no idea what I'm gonna build. But to help out, because planning is always the most important aspect of anything, so we're just gonna use some roof pieces to kind of plan out what we want to do. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's try to build it on the grid because that's important for us. So we'll have, this will be kind of like it's gonna be like a wraparound eating, like outside area. So as you walk up, you'll see this nice outdoor seating area, and then it'll kind of wrap around. We'll have some nice forest in the background, and you kind of just sit down and experience it. And then we're going to have the interior. Let's get a different type of plan. There we go. So this will be the interior. It might be a tad big, and I realize that. I'm okay with it being a little on the bigger side right now. The floor will disappear after time. We're not going to go with this final material. It's just more of a placeholder, and I think that's the important thing. But we got to keep the architecture style going. So we've been doing dry stone as the base. You are right, it does need to stay on theme for the Arctic Point because it is located there. So you're thinking maybe a Viking mead hall. Okay, so maybe something with like that overarching roof. Like, hang on, let's see if we can marry New World and Arctic together to create something that's going to transition. So we've been going with the dry stone because I like the look of the dry stone. I'm a fan of that. We could do something like this. I can't remember what the roofs look like for the Arctic, the Arctic pack. I would love to have. I wish this roof. I wish we could kind of keep this roof going. If it was like a little bit wider, but it's not. I like the idea though. It's a smart idea because we do want to transition it from Arctic to New World. So what if we go with Arctic building and more of a New World overhanging deck area, and that'll marry the two styles together. It might act as like a nice transition to go from the Arctic Point into the rest of the zoo, or from the rest of the zoo into Arctic Point. You're going to see the architecture style change a little bit because we're in an issue. This is New World, so this is the original zoo style. This is going to be Arctic Point, so we need something to kind of marry it together. Or, just thinking here out loud at this point, we could go ahead with maybe a New World building with some outbuildings that are going to be more Viking mead hall themed. I like the idea, but let's play around with it. Yeah, okay, 2 towers next to the entrance, so we could do something like. So it's just like if we, it's way too big. Hang on. Okay, yeah, this is way too big. Hang on. I guess it's better that you build too big than you build too small, because God knows what'll happen if you don't build in the correct order. Okay, so this would be the outline of the building, and then we'll have our exterior deck. Now, the question is, do we want to change it up just a little bit as well? Do we want to go with a different material on the top? So if we did something like this... No, it doesn't look good. Okay, I think we're going to go with this. But we do need to spruce it up a little bit. We are making a restaurant, and welcome to the stream, Alfred. I love it. Thank you for joining. We have no inspiration for this, so everybody's kind of providing ideas. So feel free to leave ideas on what to build today, because I have absolutely no idea. So far, we've decided on a building that's going to marry the Arctic theme with the New World theme that we've been going on, with a kind of like a Viking mead hall theme. So I like the idea. So we go something like this, just to break it up, because it is a very bland looking building when we do article stuff like that. Need glass windows, giant glass windows for light and attractiveness. I love the idea. So what I'm thinking, because I really like the idea of these two towers, or like two higher towers, and kind of like leading into it, is we could do... Oh man, now I kind of want to do like an all glass building almost. Like something like truly funky, but it just doesn't fit the zoo. Oh my goodness. We have these Arctic beams, so we're going to kind of use... So just envision. You have to envision right now, because it's not going to exist. We can use these Arctic roof beams to kind of create like an entrance almost, and then have it come in. So you kind of walking through these Arctic beams. So if we did it like this, it's gonna be a little janky. Hang on. It's been so long since I played this game. So it'd be something like this almost, so you could have like you'd come through and you'd have like some like torches and stuff like that lighting the path. I like the idea. And then we need some windows. We are definitely going to add some windows. We could probably do something like this. The only issue I have with the building pieces, the predefined ones. So I love this piece, because you can kind of like create like really nice big bay windows. The issue with it is you get these overlaps, because it doesn't like this, and then so it's a pain in the butt sometimes. But we'll figure it out. So we could do something like this, where we're going to have like the nice these nice windows you can kind of see in and out. We're going to have a side entrance. We also have to keep in mind we need a side entrance that's going to wrap around. Okay, so let's kind of continue back. Let's get back to the original story here, which is this. Before I lose my train of thought, because I will. It's one of those days, you know. The wall looks pretty bland, so let's try to sprucing it up a little bit. Something like that. It just adds a little bit of extra texture. Texture is always important. We need that. And then if we were to build a window of some type, all we have to do is just remove this, and then we can place a window in the center. So this works perfect. I like the idea. Now, every restaurant also needs a restroom, so we're going to try to wrap a restroom on here, but it's not going to be part of the actual restaurant, so it's going to look a little weird because we're going to be entering it from the side. But I think that's okay. I love that's actually a really good call out. We could do something like that. I really wish I'd started live streaming when I first started building it, because that's a great idea. Kind of going with like more colors and stuff like that would be really cool. Make stairs up to the entrance. Oh, okay. Let's play around with it. Let's see. I'm that would be something I would be really nervous about. Okay. So we're kind of cooking here. We're going in the right direction. Rune stones, okay. On it, like, it's hard to show. Like on paper, it would be a lot easier. Not too heavily Viking themed, because we're trying to match the rest of the Arctic Point zone. So there is that. So as an example of what we've had in the past, here's one of the buildings that we put together. So like it has to kind of keep this theme going. Which, truthfully, like, we could probably do that. But we want to go a little bit more modern because it has to match, it has to connect with this. So, although I say that, and now that I've looked at that building, I have an idea. Which is kind of like just copying what we've done with that building all over again, but that's okay. Okay, we're moving in the right direction, starting to come together. And then what we can do, so for the modern look, we could do New World glass. So that gives us a little bit of modern aspect to the entire build. We'll have to play around with it because we got to get rid of the clipping here, but. Okay. I think we're in a good position. So our door to the exterior, we're gonna have to place it here. You're right, it does look like there's branches in the window, and that kind of works out with the whole modern mixed with Arctic Point theme. I like the idea. I love it. I'm gonna borrow that for when we go from this Yggdrasil high-end restaurant. I love it. The world tree fits the entire idea of creating something that's supposed to be nature. I love it. Hey, Francisco, welcome to the stream. I love that name. That's so on point. Yes, I'm blown away by that name idea. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, before I get sidetracked, because I will. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, I'm building on, we call it Drifty Cam, which is super smooth motion, because like when I do, because I'll end up doing this as like a speed build for everybody. So if you didn't catch the stream, or if you don't want to watch like the full stream, you can always check back in on the speed build, but it definitely has its drawbacks. Okay, so if this is going to be the main entrance, we want to have something that's going to be pretty extravagant from a main entrance perspective. So let's get rid of this. And we kind of want something that's going to be really big. So go something like this. We are going to have to go in and add the dry stone after the fact. That's the only downside. Hey, Sparrow. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. You are right. I am a huge fan of the Twilight pieces. Imagine trying to work in something like this. A castle top. There's a lot I want to do for this new zoo, because it's going to be a whole new architecture style, and I'm going to try to go with something that's going to marry like old temple and stuff like that. So that's the goal anyway. Okay, I want to do. What if we did something like this? I actually love, in the latest update they released, where is it? This piece. I absolutely love the glass door. So we're going to use the glass door as a little bit of inspiration for how we're going to build this. Something tells me it's a little too short. Hang on, let's see if this will actually work. It's still a little too short. Guess we're going the full size. Alright, and now with this complete, finally get rid of this god-awful floor. How many times have you started building something and realized you're not building on the same group? Ah, thank you. There are 10 viewers. I'm super excited about that. Thank you for coming to watch me play this and help me out, because you are definitely helping me to improve, and I want you to know how much I appreciate that. So this will be kind of like where we marry the modern with the like the Arctic Point color scheme. Not sliding. They're gonna be pivot doors. They're gonna pivot outwards. So you kind of like on a nice day, if you want to welcome people in, you can prop the doors open, things like that. We could actually emulate that. Hang on. Let's see if we can do this. So we could do something like this. A big faux tree centerpiece. Okay, I dig the idea. Let's see how good I am at building a faux tree centerpiece. Okay, so we kind of have the main entrance. So this is gonna how it's gonna work. So you're gonna come in. This is not gonna be the final placement. We're gonna pivot this around, but we're gonna come in. We're gonna have like this nice path, and I love the idea of doing like this more natural but mixed with man-made garden style with and I love the idea of maybe like plopping in some rune stones, things like that, so you sink them into the ground, and then as you kind of walk in, it's almost like you're leaving the zoo going into a completely different area, because it is meant to be a different area. This is going to be something that's going to highlight your stay. Like, you want to come to this restaurant for your stay, and I think that would be really cool. Okay, so we have our entrance. Let's get some dry stone to fix this this front piece here. No, you know what? I'm going to use those on the inside. But is there something that we can use to... maybe we can use this. You kind of use like these hinges to act as the nails holding it in. I like that idea. Now the $1 million question is, what color do we want to go for this this banner? Hey, welcome to the stream. What if we had, I like the idea of having like a central tree with a sit down, you know, like a bar stool almost, and then you would eat there. So like if maybe you were just like a one person or two people, you're coming in for a quick bite, you could sit down at the circular table where anybody could sit down at, which is very like Viking theme. You wouldn't have individual tables, you'd have long tables and everybody would sit at it. So we would have those individual tables that are part of the restaurant pack, but we would have this like central table where people who just want to hang out can come sit down and stuff like that. I like the idea. This is supposed to be white. This one's supposed to be a different color. Oof, too bright. What if we went more green? I do like the darker green only because it kind of gives you that theme of nature. Oh, but that's way too dark. A splash of purple. Okay, hang on. Too bright, too dark. Let's go. Randomize the colors. So like each banner would be a different color? Is that what you're thinking? God, that's so hideously bright. Oh, red. Red is a powerful color for a banner. And that would be super eye-catching. Something like this. Oh, this is wrong. Okay, well, we may have to circle back. This comment is a joke. We may have to circle back on the colors. Who knows? The red seems a little too powerful, but it is super eye-catching. Like that would stop. That would get you to stop and enter into the building. That's for sure. Okay, so let's see here. Hang on, where is the piece? I moved it somewhere. You know what I actually haven't taken into consideration yet is is how the restaurant actually works. We're gonna do something like this. Oh, can we do that? No, we can't. Hang on. So it essentially has to work like this almost. Or does it? Does it really need to? Could we not just do this maybe? Let's do this. So if we do it like that, So it'll be a little weird. They're going to come in, they're going to go through here, and then face it over here. And that's okay. We'll have to deal with it. But what we can do is make more room. Okay, so not bad. We'll have to fill the interior with a lot of stuff, that's for sure. Yeah, it does. It did double in size. What if we did something like this? What if we go like? Oh no, not that. Hang on. Go something like this. Oh, forgot how big this could be. We can kind of go in a little bit. This eats up some of the space at least. Well, thank you. It's definitely coming together. Okay, so let's vision. Alfred, you're right. Vision is everything, and I had no vision for this entire thing. So let's just get the interior kind of worked out a little bit. And when I say interior, I really just like more like just like the floors and stuff. At least we have something to look at and envision. Oh, this would be super intensive, but That would be a really intense... No. Let's see here. I am a fan of... So we could do something like this. It is more that's like more modern. And then we'll just unpause this for a second, get rid of that guy, and then... So we're thinking of like doing like a centerpiece faux tree. And there's two ways we could do this. So we could do something like this. This is really huge. Hey, welcome to the stream. Oh, the aquatic woods. I love the idea, actually. The aquatic woods, the aquatic wood pieces. Okay. Ingenious. Okay, so we could do something like this. So we have our, so kind of like where our faux tree will go. So we can do this option, or we could do the planter. It's not very large though. Yes, a restaurant. Hey, Liz, welcome to the stream. So we did something like this, and then if we wanted to do... So I was thinking about this as well. I have an idea. Let's just... we're going to take this and put it on a separate... Let's put this on a separate group. Now, normally, you wouldn't just see something like this. It wouldn't be like this. They would do like a lot of like wood chips and stuff like that, but that doesn't really exist in this game. So, I was thinking what we could do, kind of create the idea of wood chips, is we could just place a lot of these. And then from a tree perspective, needs to be North American. Gotta stick with the theme. Oof, way too tall. And then what we would want to do, or here's my envision. Here's what I envision. We need those panel pieces. No, did not. We can still. I think we can still make this work. Hang on. Nope. It was a good idea. How could we turn this into a bar top? I still think this is the solution. It's just maybe I was a little off. So let's do this. Let's align with surface. Okay, that's better. It was working. I might have to come back and think about this. It's the right process. I just, you know what I need to do? Hang on. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the tree for now. By God, we're gonna make this work. There we go. Look at that. Watch it. We build this, and then we just determine that it's utter not good. I am very much waiting for that to happen, for us to do this all and be like, oh man, that does not look good. Now, I think I have I made a blueprint a long time ago. See if I can find it. %. Thank God for the mud pillar. Mud pillar, MVP of the year. Is a little big. It's a little on the large side. Just a tad on the large side, but I like the way it looks. Oh, they provided restaurant examples for us. So on top of that, we also need to place some tables. It still seems really large. If I double the stools, hang on, okay. So it seems a little too large on the exterior though. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut it off a little bit, and then we're gonna leave planter boxes. Like it's gonna be like a nice like little planter around it. So they'll have the interior, the exterior. We have this communal table that they can kind of eat at, which it's a cool design. Am I gonna build Parliament Hill? It would be really funny if I did build Parliament Hill. I think it would be that would be a whole new zoo, I think, right off the top. Okay, so this is kind of working out. Let's find. Let's find the home for it. So if we do this, and this is going to be where the home is. Hey, Seth. Goodbye, Seth. So we do something like this. And then go back into the Arctic pack. No, fair enough. It does make it feel a little bit more inviting, that's for sure. And then what if we did something like this? So you would have like this really cool like archway that you kind of follow in. We're gonna call this Yggdrasil. What did we decide on? What was the name of it? I'm not gonna remember it. I'm gonna copy this. Hang on. We'll call this Yggdrasil Restaurant. There we go. Okay. I wanted to copy it. Okay. So we'll have like here's what I'm thinking. So we'll put the name right here. So just Yggdrasil, so we call it Yggdrasil, so we have it facing both directions, so people coming from either direction would be able to see, and then we can kind of fill in the interior here with some foliage. So let's really quickly, let's make a nice little fence. And thankfully they already have a really nice one. Jormungandr, okay. Okay, so everything's kind of coming together. So we have kind of our interior planned out. We have our exterior kind of planned out. We will replace this floor now. And then a stone terrace would look good. So what I'm thinking for the stone, like for here, the Love Nest monster. I love it. Here's what I'm thinking. So we have to have, hang on, I don't often I try not to use workshop items that I didn't build, because it's part of the joy of playing in Planet Zoo is you need to develop your own skills. The best way to do it is to really kind of push yourself and go that route. I wonder if anybody has a runestone set up though. Yo man, there are no runestones, but there are some really cool stuff here. Yeah, I got nothing. Okay, cool. So let's talk about what we can do to make this look a little bit more unique. Use a stone pillar. I don't think I would be able to do that, to be honest with you. Hang on. There is something I just saw on the workshop I thought was pretty cool. Let me see if I can find it again. Hang on. Wait until you see this. This is an amazing thing. I didn't even know you could build this. Oh, you couldn't build it. This is an actual piece. We could do something like this. Not very Viking theme, but it's the thought that matters. But now that I say that, I like how they do this. So let's see if maybe we can kind of do something similar. I'm gonna turn random rotation on in all directions. I'm not going to align to surface. The power that is Nessie will drive more customers to our restaurant. That's why. Seems kind of dark. It's very on point though for like the entire idea of like creating like a Viking themed restaurant is to have whale bones acting as like the entrance. So if we use less, it would give it a little bit more of a... So you do something like that. It is a little bit more tame, that's for sure. Nessie brought together a community, and that's what Nessie was supposed to do. We've built something together, and that's Nessie is all for collaborative work. To be honest, I don't know. It'd be a pretty bad speed build, so I don't know if we will do a speed build of this. We might just do the live stream and then the recording of it. You know what? Yes, I will commit to creating or downloading a Loch Ness monster and placing it somewhere in the lake, and we will take it out. It'll be very. It's not going to be hidden. It'll be very noticeable. So I can definitely commit to doing something like that. Okay. So, Nessie's the name of a plesiosaur. I think of Nessie as Loch Ness Monster from the Scooby-Doo movie from a really long time ago. I don't know if you... Maybe I'm dating myself right now. But I'm pretty positive there's a Scooby-Doo movie, and there was a Loch Ness Monster, and they called it Nessie. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, you know what they say about anything built in Planet Zoo is foliage brings it together. So let's see if maybe we can get some foliage going. Okay, so we have our base down, and now we get to fill it all up. Who would have thought Nessie would become such a contentious subject in the chat? The moment you realize that you're placing stuff down and you forgot to turn the random rotation on. Things are coming together. We just need to find more bushes. I'm surprised we didn't talk about Nessie soon. Honestly, I'm shocked as well. You know what? That doesn't look that bad. coming along, Blob. It's starting to take shape, that's for sure. We might have gotten sidetracked a little bit with a conversation about Nessie, though. Foliage does tie everything together. It's pretty wild. Thank you for joining the stream, Francisca, and hopefully we will stream together again. Admittedly, we are getting close to the end of my allotted time to stream, which sounds kind of weird, but I have some friends coming to visit, so I am gonna have to shortly anyway, maybe 20-ish minutes, shut down the stream. For today. I hope to be back on again tomorrow, though, to kind of finish building the majority of this. And maybe you'll see, maybe I'll do some work on the side, and you'll see some of the closer to the finish line work. It's definitely coming together, though. That's for sure. That's the important thing, is just seeing an end goal for your vision, right? Because God knows what'll happen. thanks for joining, Nika, and I appreciate it. Have fun as well for the rest of your day, and hopefully you join on a future stream. Hey, Francis, that was quick. Not at all. You came back, and we have about 10 minutes left in the stream, so it's perfect timing. You can kind of hang out with the rest of us for the last little bit before we call it a day. But I was saying I hope to be back on tomorrow, so hopefully you'll be able to join us. So we've talked a little bit about Planet Zoo today and kind of shared that I was playing some of the games. Anybody else playing any other games out there right now as well? What are you guys enjoying besides Planet Zoo? We may rebuild this. It's still a little too big. I like the idea of it, but we may reimagine it as something else. It's definitely coming together, though. And that's the important, like, that's ultimately at the end of the day, that's the important thing. Yo, there's nothing wrong with Red Dead 2. I have retried the replay of that game so many times, and it just never works out. Ah, no way. Well, congratulations on being on an international internship. That sounds like something that you would have to work pretty hard to get to be a part of. But on the flip side, I also feel bad. So hopefully you can live vicariously through us, and feel free to provide recommendations or ideas, much as like what you've been doing today, because maybe you get to kind of see something come together through all of your help. So admittedly, there's something I never do when building. And I'm hoping that we didn't mess up. Oh, it's just a subject at school. School is important, though. All right, how do we want to do this? So if we were to keep it this way, and it's kind of working out, so we would have another pitched roof and then like a skylight right here. I think that would help. I think that's the best way of doing it. But instead of doing a pitched roof, let's add some decorations. Nope. We are going to put a roof on the inside, so this is going to be dead space on the inside. So like we have some room to play with here, but it's gonna work out. Okay, so all right. Admittedly, I got to get going, but here's what I'm thinking we do, and maybe we'll do this a little. Maybe I'll do this a little bit tonight, and then tomorrow, we'll do another stream, and everybody can kind of see what it looks like. We may move this into the corner and create like almost like a box right here. It's gonna use up less space. We're not gonna do the round thing, and it's gonna look a little bit nicer, but then I can move the skylight into the center of the building, and I think that's gonna be the important thing. So I'm gonna leave it here for now, and it's not to say that I'm done, but I think we're gonna circle back. But it's so coming together from what it looked like at the very beginning to what it looks like right now. I don't think we could have done anything differently. This is amazing. And a lot of it comes from your feedback. So everybody's feedback has helped to build something that's absolutely, truly unique. And I appreciate all of that. It's your feedback has created a really cool item. So hopefully what we'll be working on next is the path that's going to go down. And we'll add some water just to get it going. It's going to go down to this giant lake. And we'll figure out the lake. We'll clean it up a little bit and stuff like that. But it's going to come down to the lake, so we're going to have to also work on that. So we're going to get some nice little cool path kind of working on over here. But Ottawa Zoo is coming to a close. We are in the home stretch, and I just appreciate everybody's feedback and help, and really taking something from the very first upload for Planet Zoo to this has been a wild journey, and you guys have all helped with that. So I can't thank you enough for all of the support. I really appreciate it. We've definitely built something truly amazing, and I don't think I would have ever been able to do it without your support. So thank you very much. So without further ado, until our next live stream, which hopefully will be tomorrow at some point. So stay tuned. I will try to schedule it this time again. I think that's the important thing. But thank you so much for joining me today and just hanging out. I had a lot of fun, and I couldn't have done it without you guys, and I really appreciate that. So as always, ciao for now, everybody. No, it's you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. It would it's any help is always appreciated, and I just hanging out. That's the important thing. Just hanging out with you guys and having fun and talking and creating things really cool. So thank you. It happens so rarely that a YouTuber finishes a zoo. It'll be my first zoo finish as well. I can't wait. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.